Hello guys, welcome back to TFD. We coming back with breaking news and you're going to want to sit down for this one. So, it looks like Lexie Hull has officially responded to Napheesa Collier. Viral interview exposing WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert. Guys, for this one right here, we got to go all the way up to Las Vegas because this story has broken the internet in all of sports. Let's get it. Let's go. Now let me tell you, I've been covering this league for a long time, and I have never seen a player come out and expose a commissioner the way Napheesa just exposed Cathy. It's one of the boldest, most shocking moments we've ever seen in the WNBA. And look, we're going to play little snippets of it in this video so you can hear exactly what Napheesa said. But here's the kicker. It's what Cathy allegedly said behind closed doors that's raising all the eyebrows right now. According to Napheesa, Cathy basically implied that Caitlin Clark should be thankful to the WNBA for giving her the platform to secure her $16 million off the court back. And I'm sitting here like, wait, what? That statement right there, if true, is completely backwards. Because here's the reality, Caitlin Clark came into this league already bigger than the WNBA. She was pulling 24 million viewers in college. She was the show. She didn't need the W needed her. Caitlin Clark was actually bigger in college. That's facts. She didn't need to be grateful to the WNBA for exposure. If anything, the WNBA needs to be grateful to her. Because Caitlin didn't just walk into the league, she dragged millions of fans with her. And the truth is, since she's been in the W, those numbers have dipped. You want to know why? Because of the horrendous officiating, the ugly style of play, the constant targeting, all that nonsense. And honestly, if you think about it, Caitlin probably lost out on another $16 to $20 million just because of the buffoonery that surrounds this league. The fan base took a hit. The excitement slowed down. And none of that was Caitlin's fault. It was the system around her. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. Napheesa Collier drops these bombs in her interview, but then Lexie Hull steps up and makes it her business to respond. And let me tell you, Lexie didn't hold back either. She confirmed that this isn't just some random gripe. Players have been frustrated for a while. She backed Napheesa's point that players feel the commissioner has completely missed the mark when it comes to handling Caitlin Clark, handling growth, and honestly, handling the direction of the league. So now we got two players. One a veteran in Napheesa, one a younger voice in Lexie, both saying the quiet part out loud. And guys, this is powerful. This isn't just a little locker room rant. This is national headlines. This is a storyline that's going to shake the entire WNBA to its core. Because once you start exposing the commissioner and the league office, that's a different game. That's a storm the WNBA cannot hide from.
A really big time. It's exciting to see, players speak out and speak up about what's going on in our league and where our league can go and changes that need to be made. And I know you're talking about Fee's interview, and I think when it comes down to it, I think I agree with everything she said. We're at a really important time in the league, and changes need to be made. And so you're seeing her talk about that, and I'm really proud of her for making that statement today.
I think Napheesa, saying what she said in the tone and tenor in which she said it is a different tone and tenor perhaps than we have heard from the players in general. When it comes to how she presented those thoughts and the changes that she would like to see, you said you agree with her. How do you feel in terms of that tone being representative of where things actually stand rather than the PR machinations we've all become used to in the last couple of months?
I think, we're the players that are driving this change. And regardless of how it's said, I think the messaging stands the same from the players' perspective is things need to change, reffing needs to change, leadership needs to change. I think, our league is at a spot that it hasn't been in the past 10 years. We're growing exponentially and we need change to mirror that. And I think where the players see the league going is different than where leadership sees the league going, and somehow we need to see that align. And I think the CBA negotiations will help hopefully get us there.
When you're saying leadership needs to change, can you just clarify what you mean by that? Are you saying the actual leadership needs to change, or
I just think we need to get in the same minds, get to the same point, and come to an agreement somehow. And regardless of how that happens, I think that's in the best interest of both sides, players and leadership.
Have there been any agreements between the sides?
We're not there yet. So hopefully that can happen soon. But as far as I know, we're not there.
What else have you heard about the status of negotiations at this point?
I think where we see the value isn't necessarily getting reciprocated. I don't think that we're given the chance to really, we're not getting compensated for what we feel like we're bringing. And I think that needs to change.
Just to clarify Cassie's question real quick, like there are like no issues at all, like travel or charter or anything like that has been agreed upon yet, or just?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Fee had mentioned in her statement that she received a lot of messages from people after the play, just checking in on her. Had she reached out, to her knowledge, to anyone that she was going to make a statement?
I don't know.
But not to you?
No, not to me.
As a team, you guys have been a little bit streaky shooting-wise. I know part of that is
Nice! Yes! It's a game tonight.
I know part of that is just basketball, but how about for you yourself? Anything different between a game where you make 5 threes versus one where you're not as hot?
I mean, taking the same shots, taking the open shots, I think that's all we can really do. And
Over here is a never a dull moment. Yeah. We all have probably seen the statement from Napheesa Collier around the world, I guess, but as somebody who's been around this league for a long time, as both player, coach, etc. You know how rare it is for a player to say something with the level of intensity that Napheesa did today. So what are your thoughts on how she said what she said and what she said?
Look, I have a lot of respect for Fee. I mean, she quietly always goes about her business. She has been a dominant player in our league and on the global stage. She understands. She's been a part of the PA and understands the business side of it, as well as the basketball side of it. I'm thankful that we have strong women that are willing to say the things that matter and say the things that will move the needle for change.
One more.
Lexie Hull expressed pride in how the Fever battled despite a heartbreaking overtime loss, especially after losing key players Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell late in the game. She emphasized that the team's relentless fight, even shorthanded, was something they could hold their heads high about. Hull reflected on the special bonds formed within the group, noting how rare such closeness and togetherness is in professional sports. She said what she'll remember most is the team's love, unity, and fight for one another, regardless of circumstances. Looking ahead, Hull believes the foundation built this season, both in culture and resilience, will carry forward into future years, even with roster changes. She compared the adversity faced this season to challenges from her college days, highlighting the team's ability to stay together and push through. Hull described the huddle after the final buzzer as bittersweet, sad due to the loss, but also filled with pride and love for her teammates. She said the game itself was a microcosm of the season, constant setbacks, resilience, and belief until the very end. She also credited coach Stephanie White for keeping the team motivated through injuries and obstacles, praising her leadership as incredible and saying not every coach could have inspired the group the way she did. In the end, Hull summed up the season as one defined by fight, belief, and unbreakable bonds, a season that, despite the loss, leaves a lasting foundation for the Fever's future.
You in particular in this team and left it out on the floor each and every night. No doubt you did it for them.
Thank you. Yeah, I think that's something we can take away from this season. Obviously, ending on the loss is hard and not what you want, but I do think that we can be proud of the effort we put out there, especially in the fourth quarter, losing Aaliyah, losing Kelsey. I don't even know if that was the third or fourth quarter. But 2 of our biggest stars go down and we continue to fight and send it to overtime. So I think that's, we're proud of ourselves. We're proud of that fight. And it's just sad to see this group be done.
Coach was saying that someday she hopes the story of this season is told. And I'm sure if behind those walls, it's even more incredible than we know.
For sure. There's lifelong bonds built there. It's sad. Yeah, it's memories this team will cherish forever. The coaches talk about it, the vets that are on the team talk about it, that you don't get this bond, this tightness, these friendships on every team in pro sports. That's not normal. And for us to be able to build that this season, something very special.
So what will you remember this team for most?
Our love for each other, our fight for each other. Every single possession, every single day, regardless of what was thrown at us, we stood together and we attacked every situation together and we loved on each other. And I think that's what, I mean, just that feeling of togetherness, I think that's the biggest thing that we'll take away.
How much did this continue to build that foundation for what the Fever can be next year, the year after, etc.?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we have a lot of the same players back. You know, it's pro sports is another weird one where every season is different. Teams look different, but I think every new player we had this season came into the locker room and felt that connectedness and added to it. So we were really lucky that we had built such a great culture here, and that'll continue year after year.
Talk about resiliency all year. Have you been a part of a team who's consistently had to overcome till the final minutes of the final game of the season?
I mean, yeah. I would say in college, during the COVID year, that was one of the hardest years playing basketball, a million things going on in the world, and staying together and being resilient on the court, whether that was, having positive tests or not being able to practice in our home gym. There were so many things. So I would say, I personally have been through that before, but it's going to look different on every team with every group of people. And just so proud of this group for staying together.
Like, you guys huddled up right after the final buzzer, pressing your court. What was that moment like for you?
Hey, it's sad. I think, especially when you push the game to overtime and you fight for so long, your expectations are to win, obviously. And so to lose is sad, but I think arm in arm, all of us together, we can look at each other and be proud of each other. So it's a moment of love for sure.
Do you feel like this game between adversity but also the resilience is just like a microcosm of this whole season, and that in a way you're like, oh, we've been here before?
Yeah, I mean, that's what Steph said in the huddle. We're built for this moment. When Kelsey went down and then we were challenging the call on AB. We've been here before, so it's just so unlucky, so crazy that had to happen tonight, and just for us to be able to continue to bounce back and still fight and still, close out a game that this Aces is a great team. And for us to be able to put out the performance we did tonight and send it to overtime, that's something to be proud of.
Going out on the floor for overtime, Kelsey's not there, AB's not there. Obviously, all the players that were hurt earlier in the season aren't there. I mean, what's going through your mind in that moment when you're thinking, we're still in this?
We can win. This is a 0-0 game, 5 minutes. We do those situations in practice. I mean, it took everyone. I mean, O had an incredible night tonight. People just stepped up. And I think, when we were starting that overtime, we all five, everyone on the bench, playing or not, we believed in that game. So, I think that just goes to show you that we believe in each other and in ourselves. And again, I'm just so proud of this group.
Lex, how impressive of a job did Stephanie do as coach with all the moving parts throughout the season?
I mean, incredible. Simply incredible. Be so easy to give up and say, we're just going to take this year, we're going to be a building year. We're going to get better. We set ourselves up for a good season next year. She came at us and challenged us to continue to fight. So not every coach could do that. And not every coach could motivate a group to do that. And so just really special coach, really special person, and grateful to be able to learn from her.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I probably hate the word for that word so many times this season. But I think that just speaks to the Fever culture and just obviously our teams in the spotlight a lot stuff, but I think a lot goes on behind the scenes. We're able to tune out the noise, and Steph said something this morning drown the noise and feed the inspiration. So I don't know, she always has a tidbit to say. But I think just us staying together was a big part of how we were able to be successful with everyone.
What a season for the Indiana Fever, clapping hands for them. Commissioner's Cup champions. Back-to-back playoff appearances since 2015 and 2016 seasons. Made the playoffs with 5 season-ending player injuries. First semifinal appearance since 2015. Franchise record for regular season wins, 24. Franchise high 10 total road wins. Kelsey Mitchell named to the Associated Press All-WNBA First Team. Kelsey Mitchell named MVP finalist.